Today we are going to talk about the metric units of measuring length, the millimeter, the centimeter, the meter, and the kilometer, or kilometer, however you want to say it. Now there are more units of measuring length in the metric system. These ones are just the most common units of measuring length. First one we are going to talk about is the millimeter. Its abbreviation is mm. A millimeter is extremely tiny, it's extremely small. It's about the same thickness as your fingernail. The prefix milli means 1,000 times smaller. So a millimeter is 1,000 times smaller than a meter. Now we use the millimeters to measure the smallest of things. So many small nuts, bolts, and screws are measured in millimeters. Next up, we have centimeter. The abbreviation for centimeter is cm. Centimeter is also pretty tiny. It is about the width of your fingernail. The prefix centi means 100 times smaller. So 1 centimeter is 100 times smaller than a meter. A centimeter is also 10 times bigger than a millimeter. So there's 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter. And a centimeter is similar to an inch. 1 inch is equal to 2.5 centimeters. Anything that we measure in inches, we can measure in centimeters. So in countries that use the metric system, they measure the height of an adult, they use centimeters. With the width of a TV, they'd measure it in centimeters. Height of a table, length of a shoelace, anything that we'd use a small number of feet and inches in, they would measure in centimeters. A meter. Meter is abbreviated with just an M, and a meter is almost exactly the same as a yard. So it's one large adult step or one really large third grade step will give you a meter. A yard's exactly 36 inches, and a meter is 39.37 inches. So they are very close to being the same thing. Almost anything we measure in feet and yards can be measured in meters. We use meters to measure the height of buildings, the length of buses, width of rooms, lengths of swimming pools, lots of different things. Now, meter is the base length of the metric system. All other measurements are in multiples of 10 times larger or smaller than a meter. So as we mentioned before, the millimeter, milli meant 100 times smaller. So that's a multiple of 10. Milli meant 1,000 times smaller. Centi means 100 times smaller. Those are both multiples of 10. Now our next one, kilometer, is 1,000 times bigger. So kilo means 1,000 times bigger. And we'll get to that one here. So kilometer, the abbreviation km, and that is roughly the distance from South St. Mary's Street Elementary School all the way to Elk County Catholic as a crow flies. So not if you'd take the streets, but if you'd take a straight line from one to the other, that would be roughly a kilometer. And as mentioned before, the prefix kilo means 1,000 times larger. So if I took 1,000 meter sticks and put them front to back, it would be 1 kilometer in length. 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers long. So 1 mile is longer than 1 kilometer. And anything we measure in miles, we can use kilometers to measure those distances as well.